This is cool. I think I'm gonna use this on my YouTube channel. Anyway, okay, so inspection. So the inspector's job is to come out and write a laundry list of what's wrong with the house. Everything from, you know, the shingles look funny to, you know, the water heater might be old, the stair isn't measured correctly, a trip hazard or something. So we're gonna write all this stuff down, and we're gonna ask that the seller repair this stuff and or ask for a credit towards closing costs. So the credit towards your closing costs would be basically that it would be a dollar amount directed towards your closing costs. Closing costs is usually 2.5% of the value of the home. Okay, this money cannot be directed at your down payment. Okay, if there's any overages in this money, we need to plan on sending this money directly to the contractors. We'll talk about that later. So we're gonna write down the laundry list from the inspection. We're gonna write down the estimates from these contractors, the roofer and the electrician. Each one is gonna say, let's say, they both say $4,000 in repairs, let's just say. So $4,000 in repairs and roof repairs and electrical repairs. We're gonna send all this along with the inspection, request for repairs, and the invoices from the roofer and the contractor. And we're gonna send the roofer and the electrician, excuse me. We're gonna send that to the sellers and Sabrina, and they're gonna say, no, we're not gonna do any of this. So then we're gonna go back and ask for $6 grand instead of $8 grand. And then we're gonna ask for $4 grand. The whole competition negotiation here is that your leverage is that you can cancel at any time within the first 17 to 14 days, however long we wrote up that contingency period. Okay, so you can cancel, but they also don't have to do any repairs. So the objective would be, in the beginning, you know, they've been on the market for a while, they've had a couple of price reductions. The affordability in the market of those people that can actually afford to get into something like this has been reduced by at least 25-30% in the last 3 months. So they're kind of desperate. So we don't want to beat them up too much in the front. We would, you know, if we can beat them up in the end, that'd be better. Typically you don't want to ask for too much of a price reduction. You want to ask for a credit towards your closing costs, because usually it makes the sellers feel better. It's the same shit. They're gonna net the same thing whether I reduce the price 20 grand or I ask them for 20 grand worth of closing cost credit. Okay, so that's pretty much inspections. Your inspection contingency, we're gonna come to an agreement on the terms on which what they're gonna do as far as repairs to make, you know, they're not going to bring the house up to code. It was built in 76, so it's going to be at 76 code. They don't have to bring it up to any code. They don't have to do anything, literally. So there's a couple improvements on there. It seemed like they don't have permits. They don't have to do anything about it, okay? But you can cancel. So that's pretty much inspections. Once we come to an agreement on if they're going to give us credit towards closing costs, or if we're going to direct that money towards that contractor to make those repairs before or after escrow, all that can be handled in the contract. So, you know, usually we want it done before close of escrow. That's pretty much it for inspection contingency period.